I'm juicy, I'm fucking Juicy J. I'm roofing, been roofing all damn day. Got one motherfucking thing to say. I'm a bad bitch, I'm a straight up fucking savage. Watch me rip this, watch me slay this. I'ma chew this shit, bom bom bom. I'ma do this shit, I'ma eat right through this pitch. Bang and rang, slinging buns, spitting nails with my gun. Bam bam. Jaw dropping, hip hopping, JBS just bopping. That's my little poem. Okay.
I love it.
I got a couple more little lyrics here.
Go ahead, shoot them. I wanted to keep on going.
New sights, new whip, rocking every single fucking hip. I'm the slayer, the cunt face shingle layer. I'ma pop this, I'ma lock mess. I'ma load my gun and rock this. Girl roofers got the game. Girl roofers got this gain. Working through all that fucking pain. Ain't worried about no fame. I'ma pick it up, I'ma toss it down. Yeah, okay, so there we go. That's my little ditty.
That was fantastic.
Oh my
Jessie.
goodness.
Honestly,
Okay.
that was amazing.
Thank you.
You caught me off guard. I
you
wasn't
very
expecting that. Oh man, thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thank you very much for having me. I
Absolute
appreciate
pleasure to
coming
have
up
you on
here.
the show. I'm so excited about
It's
it.
a pleasure to meet you.
Come a little closer to the mic. Say,
Okay.
or pull the mic closer to you. Just get
Pull the mic
comfortable.
closer to me.
We got a lot
Okay.
to talk about. I mean,
All
this is
right.
going to be really exciting. So, thanks for making the trek.
Thank you very much. The road was great. Came from Niagara.
Nice.
And yeah, I appreciate the invitation to come up here and to shoot the shit about shop.
Word gets around. That's the thing about it, is that you get one guest on the show and then they speak highly about somebody else, and I'm always curious about who that person is, and then I look into it, and then we get talking as we did, and voila, you're on the show.
Awesome. So somebody was speaking highly of me and not just
Best damn
talking
roofer
shit.
was talking.
Yes, Joshy.
Yeah, lots
Right
of
on.
great stuff about you, and
Right
a few others
on.
as well too. So
That's good because most people, once they get to know me, they say I'm just a big asshole.
welcome to the club.
Thank you.
That's all
Thank
it
you.
is. It's all, no, so we've got a lot to talk about. You're a roofer by trade, but we've got a lot of other stuff to talk about too as well. I'm looking
Wicked.
forward to that. So let me just share the deets right here. So Jessie, how do you pronounce the middle name?
My full name is Jessie Balint-Szpak.
That's it.
So I got two
right?
last names.
And then your
yes.
trade is being badass.
Hells yeah. Damn, 15 years this year.
I want you to tell the Minister of Labor that that's actually a category.
It is. It is. It should be because like badass motherfucker is not an official job title, but that's what I do and what I am every day.
Good, and proud of it too.
Yes.
So SPAC, roofer, 15 years.
Mm, yeah.
Long time.
I should get some kind of copper award this year, right?
You don't want me to share your email, right? No?
You could go ahead. Sure.
It's up to you.
Yeah, it's
Totally.
Girl Roofer.
Okay.
Girlroofer@gmail.com.
There you go.
So
and then on Instagram, it's Girl Roofer, but girl spelt the proper way, which is GURL, right?
Yes,
So, Girl
yes,
Roofer.
right.
And that's what. So right now, I just want to do a quick shout out to Tim with RBC. I'm wearing his tee today. Thanks so much, bro. And then I also want to do another shout out to Mike Campbell of Integra Bell. So Mike's doing some great work. Do you know Mike?
No, but I'll shout out to
He's
all
out
these
to, yeah,
guys.
he's out to
on.
Burlington area. He's doing great work, him and his crew. If you want to reach out to him, he's on IG at Integra Bell, and his number is 905-691-3830. His email is mike@ibbg.ca, and his website is www.ibbg.ca. And of course, listen to his show or his story on this show, on show number 124. Mike, keep up the awesomeness, man. Over to you now, Jessie.
Okay.
Where do we want to begin? You're youngin'. I mean, 15 years been in business. You chose roofing to begin with, or were you?
Originally, I tried being a bricklayer. So I got into doing foundations.
Really?
And I did that for a few months.
This is from the beginning?
When I was about 19.
Wow.
I did greenhouse work before that. But I grew up with my dad and always liked physical labor. Grew up in the garage and
What
climbing
trade
trees.
was he in? Or
He's an iron worker. Yeah, so my dad's
hardworking people.
Yeah, my dad's an iron worker. My mom's a truck driver, and I lay shingles every day. So, what was the question again?
Well, where it all began, why you started in bricking, and so you did that for a few years.
Yeah, I tried doing foundations and concrete work. We jacked up houses, went down to the footings, mix the mortar.
This ain't easy work.
Yeah, no, my lips and hands were so dry, and my boots were like 10 pounds a piece. And I'm under the house in the sludge, and like, this is not for me. Like, I don't want to do this. So I walked up to these guys. They were doing a cedar roof. This is where the story begins. And
that's not an easy roof to start off with.
Cedar, I love it. It's like home for me.
Really?
Yes. They are the most dirty tear-offs, but they smell fantastic. The cedar smells great.
A little bit of mist, a little bit of rain on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I went up to, it was just a pair of guys on the roof, and I said, are you guys looking for labor? And I remember it was Marty Spears from Cedar Roof, Ontario, who says down to me, he goes, well, you trying to get your boyfriend a job? I says, no, I've been unemployed for 2 fucking weeks, and I'm bored as hell. He goes, okay, put your resume in the truck, right? And I was like nervous, but I did. And he called at lunch. He's like, if you want to try and you're not afraid of heights, come join us in the morning. So I did. There's a pile of harnesses, like all tangled up. He goes, grab one and put it on. I'm like 106 pounds. It took me 25 minutes to figure out how to like unloop this thing and put
this
it
leg
on.
goes here, this arm
and then
goes
to
here.
tighten it up. And now one of my favorite things with cedar is you use a pitchfork to tear off. So I'm up there after I get my harness on and get all hooked up. I'm ripping and I'm bleeding and throwing piles. My boss is like, if you're comfortable, you can take off your harness. Like, this was back in the day, right? Ministry wasn't so tight. And he's like, where did you come from? You're like, he had me stored in his phone as Wonder Woman. And for a couple of years, they would send us up to, there was only a crew of 3 of us, me, my boss, Marty, and then one other guy. And we would go up to Muskoka, Bracebridge, Gravenhurst. We'd work on beautiful boathouses.
All over.
I've got to work on islands where we had to like go to the marina in the morning, load up a boat, drive to site. I get motion sickness, so get to site, throw up, unload, and then start laying cedar. And I remember one of my favorite moments of doing cedar was I'm at the top of this 2-story boathouse, which is more beautiful than any house that like I've ever been in or worked on. Well, maybe not now worked on, but, and I just kicked my boots off and I jumped into the drink. And I was like, roofer for life. Like, I'm going to do this forever. And yeah, so I started out with cedar. And then I switched to shingles and did residential roofing.
How was that world? Different.
It's a different breed. To go from working with cedar and a 2-man crew and working secluded in areas that don't have a lot of people, I jumped on a 15-man crew. We regularly did 3 jobs a day.
Yeah.
At 6 o'clock, you would get 15 animals on your roof. And by like 7, you would only have probably 4 guys left. And it was like an assembly line.
Yeah.
So like the whole crew would be on the first site, then half the crew would switch, go to the next site. And it was like
A machine.
yeah, it was incredible. But the boss always said, we traveled around in cube van. There's like 15 animals in the back of a cube van. He goes, the girl's not allowed to ride in the back. I wasn't allowed to ride with the guys. I had to ride in a separate vehicle because he knew what the animals were like, right? Roofers are a different species. We're our own kind of breed. But over the last few years, I've learned how to handle myself and the fellow monkeys in the zoo.
Some monkeys, some bad monkeys, some good monkeys.
Yes.
But there's also a lot of love in the construction industry for females in the industry, right? So a lot of support, huge support, right?
Yes. It's definitely changed over the last 15 years.
I love that it has.
When I first tried getting a job in roofing, I literally opened the phone book. We had phone books. And I called 30 companies. And I literally had a handful of companies say straight up, we won't hire women. I'm like, that's like sexist.
They
or
actually
racist.
said that to you on the phone?
Yes, straight up.
Was it a man or a woman that you were speaking to?
It was a woman. And I was blown away.
Wow.
And I was like, well, that's not fair. She goes, no, the boss will not hire a woman, and these men cannot have a lady on site. They wouldn't give me a chance. But that's when I started with Cedar.
Was it because of the stereotype?
I'm not sure, or if just because, like, roofers are a different species. There is a lot of vulgarity on site. It is long hours. The bundles are 80 pounds, maybe. So you need to be very strong. And a lot of people typically don't think that, like, women could handle it.
But they're assuming.
Right. And when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me.
Exactly.
15 years later, I made it into the newspaper last year for being a woman in the trades world. And I was really hoping that that woman was reading my front page article that
Probably,
day.
you know what? Dealing with karma these days, she probably was.
Well, and being in the industry for 15 years, growing up in Niagara, I've, like, earned myself a decent reputation in the roofing industry. So everybody kind of knows Girl Roofer around here.
Yeah.
And I've worked for their competitor company for many years.
Give me 1 second. So you're cranked, right? That's why. That's what I'm hearing. So Jessie, can you just point the mic closer to you?
Okay, yep.
A little bit closer to you if possible.
Is that better?
That's better, yeah.
Okay.
So how's that? And if you could just talk a little bit.
Talk a little more and move less.
No, like take it with you. Just totally get comfortable. It's
Okay.
just you were getting a little further and further away, and then she's cranking your volume up.
Okay.
And then I want our levels to be almost similar. That's all. No big
Okay,
thing.
perfect.
It sounds better now.
Is that
Okay,
that's
cool.
better for my
That's cool.
voice, your voice? Okay.
So, the reason I was asking about the stereotype because I can only assume that I guess the male owner of the business doesn't want to deal with thinking that a woman can't carry herself physically to handle the workload, which is bullshit.
Yeah.
And then second thing is he's concerned about what one of the monkeys might try.
Try or say. That's a
Or say.
regular thing that I deal with on
Yeah.
the job site. Like the vulgarity and
But you hold your own.
oh my God, yeah. Oh my God, I'm just as filthy as all the other roofers. Okay, not just on the outside
They're
after
probably
working
taking
all
notes
day.
from you.
Yeah, like not just physically dirty on the outside. My mind is in the gutter 24/7. So you learn after the years to let it just roll off your shoulders, or you roll with the punches. So like people have told me that I'm the dirtiest one of the fucking crew. Like, Jess, watch your mouth. Like, you can't say that stuff, you know? But, yeah, like, I've had bosses be around and, like, coworkers go to say something, you know, oh, I need a hammer, and out comes the zipper, right? And boss is like, you can't say that. Like, you can't. So, but then on the other hand, it's like, yeah, I roll with it, and I'm just as filthy as all the rest of them. Right?
How did it feel when you saw that newspaper article?
I was so proud.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was proud. My son was proud. My dad was proud. I've been roofing for 15 years. I've done cedar roofing. I've done residential shingle roofing. We didn't touch base, but I've even done commercial flat roofing.
You got into that world.
4 years, yeah.
Yeah.
I did the old casino in Niagara Falls. So over these years, I've worked for many different companies. And yeah, I've developed a good roofing reputation. So to see myself in the paper for good news, something that I enjoy doing. It's not a job, it's my passion.
You love it.
And it definitely put a little jump in my step for the season, yeah. It opened up a lot of doors for me too, like, not that I can't climb through the window on my ladder, but like, it opened up a lot of new doors. And yes, I get recognized when I'm on the roof, okay? I stand out. My hair is big. I am small. If you don't fucking see me, you hear me.
Yeah.
Because I'm a loudmouth. There's no like gray area or like middle tone. It's either fooling around or fucking shit up.
It's clear communication.
Yes.
That's all it is.
Yeah. So I get noticed on site, but never the wide variety of like fame. I feel like now getting to work with, you know, big time.
Yeah.
And getting put on the social media. So like not only with the newspaper, that newspaper article came out on a Friday morning. So like everybody in Niagara gets the the flyers on Friday. So they got to see my ugly mug on the front porch of all of Niagara. And because I've grown up here and I've worked here my
So
whole
many people
career,
knew.
it was definitely a very proud moment in my career. Yeah, I was actually looking at the article this week, getting a little bit of a glow on about it.
And then how is that shifting to, I guess, the social media? Because it just explodes even further there.
It's crazy. The social media, like people can become like social famous and whatever, and videos get shared. Okay, so I've been doing my job for a very long time, but never would I stop a man beside me working to be like, hey, can you take a picture of me? Or will you videotape me moving these bundles? But this last year, I got to work with a group of girls, and they all have tripods, and they set their phones up, and they do videos and mash them up and share them and post them. So I got a little more into the social this last year, and yeah, things blow up. My friend Emma called me today, and she says, one of your videos just hit 2-point-something million.
Crazy.
I was like, are you kidding me? And then a video she had posted had like 8 million views.
What was the video of?
Us roofing.
That's just roofing?
Yes. Carrying bundles, laying down shingles, ripping shingles. Let me tell you, like, roofing is a hard job, but we make it so much fun. Like, I enjoy my day. There's shenanigans from beginning to end. Like, it doesn't matter whether we're tearing it off, laying it down, having break. It's always a good time. So they catch all this stuff on camera, and it ends up on social, and next thing you know, there's me riding a ripper across the roof or giving a bunch of fingers. Like, I'm the wonky, twisted one, right? So,
Were you always the only woman on the crew?
oh my God, yes.
So all working through the years, and it was always a group of guys and you.
Yes. Which they always tell me I'm like one of the guys.
Yeah.
I smoke, spit, and swear like I got the mentality of a man too. Like, I grew up with my dad, so and grew up in the garage, climbing trees, collecting worms.
But are the roofing girls, they're similar to you, aren't they?
So much.
That's what I figured.
This year, I had the opportunity to work with 11 other women through the social media.
All in your area or like all over?
No, these girls, some come from Saskatchewan, some come from Ottawa, some come from Muskoka, and we all met in Belleville and worked on this heritage home. So in Belleville, there is a farm called Plainsview Heritage Farm. Second newspaper article I was in was the Belleville Intelligencer. They came and did an article about women in the trades and working on her roof. Yeah, it was incredible. So on the way up, I had all this like high school anxiety about meeting a group of girls. Like, I work with all men. I grew up with my dad. So I have more guy friends than girlfriends. And then I'm driving and I'm like, all these chicks are fucking roofers. They're all going to be badass just like me. So I started to get really excited. And as I pulled in, one of the girls, Emma, barefoot, comes up. Hey, man, you want a beer? I jump out of my truck barefoot. No, man, but I got a joint. Let's fuck get lit, right? And her and I become friends, and we've done plenty of jobs together this year. She come down here. We did a bunch of new construction work, and I've met a wicked network of women. So if I want to go to Ottawa, I can go call V, who owns Guns and Hoses, and talk to her and go do jobs in Ottawa. If I want to go up north to God's country, I can call up Emma, be like, hey, girl, she always tells me her boss wants me to go up there and work with her. And yeah.
I got to be honest, Jessie. I'm jealous that you guys are having so much fun in that trade, because I've had roofers on the show before, and I didn't see that level of funness.
Roofing is the toughest.
But that's what I mean, and I haven't seen that level in any of the other trades that I've spoken with or I've seen. You guys are like literally rock stars on the roofing, right?
I love my job. It's not a job. It's a passion. It's not.
Why do you love it so much?
I get to smoke, spit, swear all day fucking long. I get to rock a wicked tan and get paid for it. And not only tearing off a roof gives you a certain kind of like release, right?
But it's hard work too.
It is. It's hot. It's dirty.
Hot,
They're
cold,
long
wet.
hours. You deal with the weather. Okay, if it's not 100 degrees and you're sweating your tits off, it's minus 20 and you're freezing. You got so many layers on. It's hard to move. You're like the kid with 4 snowsuits on, and so we fight the elements. It's seasonal work, so we fight the hours. Come springtime, we fight the rain. Summertime, 16-hour days. I barely get to see my kid in the summer. Wow. Maybe 3 hours a day if we're lucky. Hour and a half in the morning while we're getting ready, and an hour and a half after I pick him up. It's dark when I get off the roof.
Yeah.
Roofers don't just work 9 to 5. We're before sunrise till after sundown. It's like the most badass trade out of all of them. Not to put down any other trades. Everybody works hard. But it's not just, okay, you need to be physically strong to carry bundles, to throw piles. You need to have a good core muscle to hang on a rope and be on a pitch all day. You need to be a different kind of species to be able to cook yourself in the sun all day and still function. And
work as a team.
As a team, yeah, you got to have stamina. It is a group effort.
Yeah.
You know, you could each take your own pie and work one man for himself when it comes to doing piecework. So this last year, you get paid by bundles and you do piecework. So that's more or less like one man for himself. But things roll so much smoother when you work as a team, and you need to be able to trust your coworkers because our job is dangerous.
Yes, it is.
Very dangerous. And things happen beyond our control that are out of our, beyond our circumstances.
One second could change everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, like, when I started, ropes, harnesses, safety wasn't so tight as it is now. But also after seeing things that I've saw things that I've seen over the years. Yeah. Like, I'm not intimidated to put on my rope when I know I don't need it, but it's there for a reason.
Do you guys get the flack from ministry of labor?
A fair amount.
I mean, I've always had the arguments about sometimes, especially with you guys, with roofers, there's not always the ideal way to safely harness yourself or pick your point, right?
Mm-hmm. You still got to get up and down there somehow.
But I hate the fact that they leave it up to you to figure it out instead of them trying to work together to figure it out. There's sometimes applications on new construction or even just rentals. You can't do what the Ministry of Labor is asking.
Sit the roofers down at the table. Let us have our opinion. Let us
100%.
Sit us down at the table, because as much as you can read a book or learn or watch, unless you're up there climbing, reaching, doing, you don't fully understand.
No, I agree. So they should give you guys a lot of slack because you're not being foolish. Mm-mm. And obviously, nobody that's getting on that roof is thinking, I hope one of us doesn't finish today.
God, no.
Like, that's not the thought process.
No.
Everybody, you guys want everybody safe, everybody working together as a collective, and then everybody going home.
Exactly.
Right? Especially recently we had the April 28th happen, right? Which was a day of remembering those who have lost, right? Not gone home. So it's really important. If anything, you guys are probably the most conscious out of the bunch.
We need to be.
Yeah, because there's so much risk.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And it is beyond our control. So, like, sometimes, for instance, you have your foot in the gutter or the eaves trough and you're putting on sheets. And next thing you know, that trough is gone. The fascia board is gone. So you need to be safe.
Yeah. I want to get into the roofing, but let me share a little bit of history on, I'm sure you recognize some of these roofs. Some of the greatest roofs, and there's a list that I've got here. And unfortunately, you could probably enlighten me. There isn't one that's from Canada. Is there an amazing roof in Canada that you can think of?
All of the roofs are amazing every day.
I'm talking about
every day. The roof I finish is amazing.
No, those are amazing, but I'm just, I guess, more touristy, or not touristy, but just like certain landmarks, right? Obviously, Sydney Opera House in Australia. That's a roof. Olympic Park in Munich, Grand Palace in Bangkok, dome roofs in Greece, St. Stephen's Cathedral in Vienna, red tile houses of Old Town in Croatia, the Burgundy or Bohm in Burgundy, St. Peter's Basilica in Vatican City, Taj Mahal.
And Canada doesn't.
Well, I'm asking you, like, what roof in Canada? Like these are, St. Basil's Cathedral in Russia, United States Capitol Dome, the Chrysler Building.
We have like a lot of beautiful churches. A lot of our churches have beautiful roof lines, but
Can you name one?
I don't go to church.
No, it's not about going to church. It's just I find that we don't. I guess Canada doesn't really want to challenge itself about creating something interesting when it comes to a roof line.
Well,
right?
I wish they would, and I would love to be a part of that.
For sure.
Like a lot of the
design it and get you guys to install it.
I would love to be a part of some grand roof install. I would love that. Like there are lots of beautiful homes in Oakville and Niagara-on-the-Lake that are absolutely stunning and very complicated roof lines, but nothing that's mentioned on that paper.
No, I know, that's why I was just bringing that up. But I mean, do you still have a love for cedar? Is that still your number one, or do you have a love for a different type of roof?
I love all roofing. Okay, so we were talking about like roofing being tough and a dirty trade, and you got to have the stamina. Cedar is filthy. It's dusty, it's dirty. You end up at the end of the day, you see your eyes and sometimes your teeth.
Blow your nose and you're just like...
For days.
What's going
yeah,
on
cedar
there?
dust. Yeah, cedar dust for days. But I like doing all different styles of roofing. So cedar feels like home for me because that's where I started. Flat roofing is also a tricky install. I've done... like a 2-ply torch down where we use rolls of roofing.
Yep.
And then also we did like an inverted roof. So the old casino in Niagara Falls, I spent almost 2 years doing an inverted roof.
What's an inverted roof?
So it's like the 2-ply. It's
Okay.
still a 2-ply torch down. But normally when you do like an install, you have your insulation, your fireboard, and then your 2-ply.
Yeah.
With the casino roof, which was an inverted roof, you do your base, your cap, then you put your insulation, you put like a Fabrine and stone. The stone keeps all the insulation down and helps the drainage.
Oh.
But I spent 2 years doing the old casino, and that was quite...
Why would they spec it that way instead of doing it the other way?
Just certain qualifications, I guess,
Okay.
that needed to
All
be
right.
met, requirements from different builders. Different builders have different requirements on.
Have you gotten into the metal roofing as well, too?
So I've always wanted to do this. And for 2 years now, I've been saying and being asked about doing metal roofs. A company reached out to me, and this year I will be working with, doing a couple jobs with Solaris, and we're going to do some steel install. Also with Josh, big time there.
Yeah.
I got to learn a little bit about diamonds,
Yeah.
which is another type of steel
He
install.
loves that, yeah.
Yes, you know what? A lot of the steel jobs, some of them, you can either leave shingles on, you can take the shingles off. It's a very quick install, and it lasts a long time as something new. Just because I've been in the industry for 15 years, I don't know everything.
No.
I always want to learn something new, whether it's a different form of flat roofing or a different brand of steel. I'm always out to learn and
Why don't you?
broaden my
I want to
horizons.
know. I want to know what you don't like. What do you hate? I don't get the sense that you hate any part of the roofing trade. I get the sense that you love every single thing, and I get the sense that if it's like pissing rain, freezing rain, it's snow, your legs are tired, you're just fatigued, someone's giving you lip
Every day.
you still look at it like, I fucking love this.
I do. It's in my blood. I'm roofing scum for life. I think I was made for roofing. My vocabulary, the physical stamina, I enjoy it because I get a release, I get an energy. Every day, I get to look up at the sunrise from a new location, a new job site. Every day I get to see a different sunrise, sunset. I work on a different site. So variety is the key of life. So getting to be at a different area, different challenge. Okay, some people, yeah, roofing sucks, man. You think after 15 years, my shoulder doesn't hurt, my knees don't have like calluses this thick from just like roofing, and like my body doesn't ache everywhere. Of course it does. But I wouldn't want to work in an office. I tried siding, soffit, fascia, and troughed every day. I wasn't even out of my bed, and I was like, boom, boom, kill me now. I don't want to go work doing this. This is lame. My boss was like, Jess, you're crazy. How do you not enjoy siding after fucking roofing for all these years? Give your body a break, girl. And
does your body need a break?
I took a break this year because of my body. Yes, I went so hard last year. I I ripped my rotator cuff in
Ouch.
2 spots, and I tore the rotational collateral ligament in my elbow. So like the ligament that holds your muscles and tendons and
What
stuff
was that
to do
from?
that.
From using the pneumatic?
Many years of like using the gun,
Okay.
and I was leaned over in a wonky position. I cut the shingle real fast, and as I cut it and whipped it and did my thing, I
Rotary
also
cuff
ripped.
will affect anybody. It just depends on how you kind of lifted up your arm at
Yes,
that
I
moment.
pick up my pouch.
Yeah.
I hold my gun.
And it just pinches and that's it. And
Yeah.
you gotta let it heal.
I had a couple tears, so I had to do physio and exercises and take time off work, which killed me because I like my job. The enthusiasm of getting to go do something productive and kick ass every day.
And everyone probably missed you too on the job site.
The girls, the guys, I get jobs come in and I'm like kind of just on the sidelines. Like I'm still up there, but not killing it, crushing it like I usually am, trying to show everybody up. Just like going at like a 40%. Well, it was healing. But this year I feel like my gun arm's back, my money maker's feeling good, and I'm ready to get back up there and lay some regs. Yeah.
So why aren't more roofers like you?
Because I
'Cause
am
you
one in
probably
a
see
million.
it. You probably see it. Like you see these other roofers not really loving their job.
Maybe they should switch careers. I like I said, it's a release. It's an energy. I'm proud of what I do. I wouldn't fit in a fucking office.
No.
Oh my God, I would be fired.
I think you would fit in bricklaying, but I understand why you left. You would fit into concrete. I would see you fit in framing easily.
Yeah, I could probably do. I
Easily.
could do anything I really wanted to
Yeah.
and tried. Anything in the trades industry, construction, in the construction industry. But no, it's my passion. I feel proud. It gives me a sense of, it makes me feel strong and powerful and brave. And some people, they'll look at the roof and they're like, oh my God, that's a 1512. And I'm busting out my 2 carabiners, my double ropes. I'm getting my buddy. Okay, so a shingle buddy is a disgusting piece of cushion that is from the inside of a couch. So if ever you see a couch on the side of the road with no cushions, bam, roofer's been
Roofers
there.
were there.
Yeah, that's a shingle buddy. And I don't care what the pitch is, like, 1512, 1612, 1012. You got one of those cushions, you can rock that panel. Recently, they come out with these things called pitch hoppers. It's
think
like a
it's-
cushion,
okay.
but it's more money.
It's
It's
the
like,
same thing though.
I call it a bougie buddy. It's a bougie buddy. If you got like money to spend, you got hoppers.
Just go back to stealing them from couches. On the
Yeah,
side of the
yeah.
road, that's all.
So it doesn't matter the pitch or if it's a turret or if it's a little fly rafter and it's only 2 feet wide. I can cut my little cushion. I'll get up there. I'll hook up on there. Some of the people are like, oh, they look at that and they're like, fuck.
Yeah, that's their first thought.
And I'm like, I call that panel. That one's mine. I'm going for it. Like, fire up a Joe and off I go, right?
What's the feeling like when you finish, the crew finishes, and you guys go back and it's on a re-roof, and the homeowners come out and they look at what you guys just did? What's that feeling like?
It's like a sense of joy. They're excited. I'm excited. It's a beautiful, that's one of the other things. Okay, so at the beginning and at the end of the day, so one of the things that gives me my power and my joy for roofing is I get there and it looks like shit. This person's probably leaking. There's shingles all over the ground. There's chunks in the neighbor's yard. Sometimes they're even hard to walk on. They crumble under your feet.
Yeah.
Like this is shit, you know. But you start tearing it off and then you prep it and it's like the middle of the story. And then when you get to stand back after you blow off all the nails and you sweep it off and the troughs are clean, you get to stand back and look at what you've accomplished in a day. Like beginning, middle, and end. Now this homeowner is not getting wet. They're not getting mold in their attic. Their whole family and everything they own is safe and dry. And I get to step back, look at how much better the house looks too, because the roof gives the home a certain, like a curb appeal. Whether you put on cedar or metal or shingles, it adds a beauty to the home.
It's one of the layers, one of the details.
Right.
100%.
It's all in how you look at things in life sometimes too. Yeah, people could look at those. I worked on a 30-12 this year. People could look at that and be like, oh my God, that's terrible. I would never want to do that. You know what? I like a challenge. Give me the steep pitches. Give me something that I am going to be afraid to do. Something that I can learn from. Something that'll make me better. If I get up on that 14-12 fly rafter that's 2 feet and I got to work beside a little dormer and it's raining and it's getting dark, you want to know what I get to say? I fucking shingled that. I did that. See that tough spot, you know, over there and there?
Mine.
Yeah. So it's a pleasure. It's pride. That's what gives me the energy, is the challenge.
Has the roofing industry gotten better, a lot better, since you got started in it?
It's changed, yes.
Okay.
It's gotten like.
No, I guess I mean on different levels. So there's actually the material itself. So the products that are offered.
Oh yeah.
Because I know that Josh and Best Damn Roofer, he's got his opinion about asphalt. He's not a fan of it at all, right? And but I mean, a lot of roofing, they make their money. They're bread and all kinds from asphalt. The majority of the market is asphalt, right?
Yes.
That's the thing about it. And I know that asphalt, not all asphalt companies have improved.
No, not all.
If
companies
anything,
have.
some companies have actually regressed and created shittier products.
There are certain companies that I would rather install than others. When you work with these products for many years, or even a season, because like you said, there are improvements to the materials every year. They'll add a weather strip, or they'll add an extra tar line, or they'll thicken up their nailing line. But until you work with them,
you don't know.
You don't know. And the office guys who are like the designers of these shingles, they're not installing them.
I'd love to go to their office to see if there's any staff photos of these people that are designing these products on the roof.
No, there wouldn't be. And
they're in the lab.
Right. And you can do all the testing in the world, but unless you're out there in the elements, laying it down.
Life is a test.
Right? Yes.
And they should get on the roof more often or speak to you guys.
Bring in the shinglers.
Yeah.
Bring in the roofers. Let us talk to you about the different products and what we work with and what
why.
your let me tell you what your fucking issues are. Okay. You guys do this shitty and you guys do that shitty and you should improve here.
Tell me who came up with this. I need a name.
This needs to be changed now. You could do all these shingle tests and pull the shingle this way and that way. But when it's 100 degrees and you're laying the shingles, you pull them this way. This is how you pull them out of the wrapper. So this is where they rip.
Yeah.
Or like you say the nail line is this thick, but you can really only put your nail in that spot for it to be durable.
And on the flip side, you got the cold days.
Oh,
where
the bundles are frozen.
Brittle.
Oh yeah.
And you got to handle them a different way.
Exactly. The elements.
And where are those problems going to be?
Mm-hmm. Winter is a whole different gear when it comes to roofing and rolling, because everything changes when it comes to the seasons.
How do you keep yourself busy during those leaner months?
I
guess now with social media, you can use some of that.
Yes. And because I've met so many people around, I can find inside work if I want to. I could collect unemployment. I could go and do flat roofing. We still do in the winter. You know, you spend a day shoveling and melting the ice, and then the next day you lay down your rolls. So one thing about being a good hard worker and not just being a piece of shit degenerate, I could call up a handful of my old bosses and be like, hey, I'm slow for a month. Can I come play? And they're like, hell yeah, Jay, come on in. Like, man, we needed somebody like you. And then when it's time for me to go, they're like, well, okay, so we'll give you a couple bucks more. Like, just stay, right?
Yeah.
So it's nice to feel.
It's the vibe.
Yes, yeah.
Everybody wants that vibe on site.
Right.
Because it makes the site better. I've
been told I bring a certain kind of energy. So one of the jobs we did this year, Joshy showed up. And he's like, hey, girls, can I get a big time? So we're all like, yeah, big time. And then I'm like, fuck, man, it's pink time. Well, bitches, we're all up here rocking pink t-shirts. Like, it's pink time. So, like, this year, everything was everything out of my mouth was pink time. And, yeah, like, I bring an energy everywhere I go. Everybody tells me that. It's not just, like, with roofing. I do, like, go to markets and different events, and I'm grateful that I have a job. My job has created a wonderful life for me and my son. So like, I couldn't be a homeowner on minimum wage. Like when I started roofing, I was making $12 an hour. Minimum wage was 10.
Wow.
So I was still making like $2 more than minimum wage. But as I became more experienced, the wages went up. I was shingling right away. I got a gun in my hand. And I couldn't, some of my friends have been to school for many years, owe thousands of dollars to school loans, and are making less than I do.
What kinds of jobs are they?
Nurses.
Okay.
Healthcare workers. Some of them are in, even like some of my friends who work waitresses and make tips and stuff. Roofing has provided me with a fruitful career. Like, not only do I like my job, but I make good money doing what I do. It's hard work.
And you love doing it.
Yeah. So it's like a double win here. I get to go to work, do what I love to do, and I make really good money because I'm fucking great at what I do. I'm not just like the regular roofer who goes to work and does their job. If I can carry a bundle this week, well, next week I'm pushing for 2 bundles. You know, if my pile of garbage is this big today and this big tomorrow, well, the next day I'm gonna make it 3 times that size. I had 100. This guy was like 200 pounds. Big guy, new, green. I'm like, okay, I'm going to teach you how to throw a pile of garbage here, because he's picking up like couple shingles. And like, I'm like, no. I grabbed one shingle. I put it on my foot. I said, this is your fucking plate. I said, we take all these shingles and we put them all on our plate. Bundles for days. I said, we're going to take this and we're going to launch it up. And from here, we're going to push it up, right? And the guys were all like, okay, man. I said, here, take this pile. And I give him the pile. And he goes like this. He's like, now the guys are laughing. Like, you got to be able to throw that. If the 106-pound girl can toss that pile, like, you need to be able to give her too.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Was he able to or no?
His piles were close. He tried. And that's all that matters. It's like, I've had guys like ask me in the morning, like, what do you do? Like, you get coffee? You drive the truck and you get coffee? And I was like, obviously you're green in the roofing industry. No, I don't get fucking coffee. And for that remark, you're going to be my partner today. So try to keep up. And whatever his name was, John, all day I'm yelling, bundles, coils, everything. Like, he's running, he's dying. He's like on the side of the roof, dry heaving. And I keep calling him, Mitch, give me this, Mitch, give me that. And at the end of the day, he's like, my name's John. I'm like, yeah, man, I know. He goes, why you keep calling me Mitch? I said, you're my man bitch all day. You got my shit, right? I said, you made that little fucking remark this morning about me getting coffee? Yeah, no. You're my man bitch all day. And everybody, when I called Mitch, all the guys laugh because they know my sense of humor and they know when when I'm playing too, right?
Did you ask him to get you a coffee at the end of the day?
I asked him to make my sandwich at lunch. I was like, what do you got in there? You got something for Mama to eat too? Like, pass it over. I worked hard.
I want to ask you, Jessie, what tools are you running?
I like my Hitachi. My Hitachi is my daily banger.
Cordless or pneumatic?
It's an air gun.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
All right. No, I'm trying to gauge.
DeWalt has an airless, like a battery operated nailer, but I'm not going to use that for 16 hours a day.
It's heavy as hell. And,
Yeah.
And you'll be in physiotherapy for a while.
Forever.
That's
Yeah,
not
no.
worth it. I'm sorry.
That's great if you're going up like 4 stories to replace a couple shingles on like a 1612 and you don't want to bring your gun and hose. It's good for those. But to roll with every day, all day, no. Hitachi for life. Metabo took over, and they that is my backup baby. So I got my ride or die gun, and then my backup. So between the
Is it
Hitachi,
as good? Because I'm always nervous about companies taking over established companies, and then
it's decent.
It's decent.
It's
Okay.
decent.
So
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
all right.
yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, run smooth. You know, you can repair them. You could fix them if you want, or just get new ones. Some of the girls, like, I know that some of the girls like the Bosch guns.
Roofing?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
There's no reason to like it.
15 years I've been using Hitachi and now Metabo. I wouldn't change a thing. I would say
Hitachi, Metabo, and then maybe DeWalt for the reason that you just stated. That's kind of makes sense.
All my like hand tools are DeWalt. So like my impact.
Hammer? Or no, you're okay, and all the tools?
Yeah, like all my power tools. I'm DeWalt Diva. So like my radio, my impact, my drills, saws, that kind of stuff is all DeWalt. Everything's got the same batteries, interchanges. It's great.
Yeah.
I used my gas powered blower still. Blowing it every day. And yeah, those are
What are you using for a hammer?
an East Wing.
There's nothing wrong with East Wing.
She's okay. So I've had this fucking hatchet for like 12 years, maybe 15. I broke the tip off it this year. My buddy Mongo was like, Jess, I swear to God, I've never watched anybody rip a tip off a fucking hatchet like you just did.
What did you hit or what?
I was just pulling off strapping that was on a house. It was concrete lagged into there. I should have been using a pry bar, but I'm just like, just being animal-like, and
Big chip came out, or is this
the whole tip fell off. And that was like 2 years ago. I'm still using it. I call her Toothless, and she's still my daily fucking, I still swing that bitch every day. Yeah, Toothless. And I've tried like using I would love to have a stiletto in my collection. They look nice, light, shock resistant.
They're
and
stupid expensive.
For me to spend that, even like an East Wing is like $70-$80. So to spend $150 on a hatchet, unless you're gonna give it to me, I'll fucking use it.
Yeah.
But I don't need it. My Toothless half a hatchet bangs on as many bundles as I need to.
Gets the job done.
Yes, it does.
That's it. It would be nice to have a different hammer.
Sure.
Maybe they're listening.
Yeah. Hook a girl up.
Oh, what I got? Like, what do I want to ask you now? Okay. How much longer are you going to be doing roofing?
Forever.
You're not going to stop.
No, I don't know anything else. One day I'll.
Well, hang on a sec. First of all,
I shouldn't say
you know
that.
a shit.
I am a fucking genius. I know tons. I know tons.
You know a shitload. Okay.
But like I said, I enjoy this. So even when I feel like my body won't be able to handle being on the tools every day, I still feel like I want to be on site, supervising, maybe just like teaching. So one of my friends said to me this year with my arm the way it was, why don't you boss up? Why don't you share your knowledge and teach other girls or other people how to fucking roof, how to be badass like you? because you have the knowledge and the experience, and people tell me I'm a people person. I'm a fucking asshole. Like, I don't even like others, but I get told all the time I'm good at socializing and stuff. So they said, like, why don't you share your knowledge? Normally when I'm on site, you're there to make money. So the point is to get it done as fast as possible. I will share some knowledge. I will try to teach you, but I will then tell you to give me my fucking gun and get out of my way because we need to get this done.
Move or I'll shoot you.
Yes, exactly. Get out of my way or you're getting laid under the roof.
Yeah, you decide. But it's actually a really good point. You should be, and I think everybody that's in construction eventually gets to that point where they're sharing their knowledge.
Yes.
Right? Are you getting approached by a lot of girls that want to get into the
I've
industry?
been told I'm an inspiration.
Awesome.
So that is very empowering.
Are the boys reaching out?
Yes. Guys are always reaching out.
No, I mean to learn, because I'm sure that they're learning shit from you. Mm-hmm. That's just a fact.
I love to share my knowledge.
And any gentle man in the industry is going to be respectful to anybody that's sharing valuable knowledge to better the trade and better the industry.
Yes.
So those gentle men that are tradesmen, they would be reaching out to you if they're smart.
I've had some reach out and offer to, because I've never done steel, right? Hey, we're going to be in your area. Would you like to come and learn? We'll pay you to train you, and then you can help sell this type of product and get discounts and stuff like that. So I've learned, and through social realized that it is easier. It's a lot easier for people to reach out and offer help or knowledge or ask. Like, I've had lots of people say, "Oh, like, this is so cool. Can you teach me? Can we come and learn?" I've had people from like the other sides of the world be like, "Hey, will you sign papers? I'll carry your bundles."
That's hilarious.
But working with all different people and different trades, and you got the new school people, the old school guys. There's so much to learn. I never used chicken boards before last year. So when you're on a steep pitch, you just take like a piece of wood, a 2x4, and you nail it in, and you use that as like a shelf for your bundles.
Yeah.
I never did that before. So this year, working with the girls, one of the girls showed me how to use chicken boards. She didn't do a lot of like hanging from a rope. So I got her comfortable with using 2 carabiners and having double rope grabs and hanging banging.
Yeah.
So I love to learn and I love to share knowledge. So if it come down to, like, say my arm didn't cooperate or I got too weathered to be on the tools every single day,
You can train.
I would love to.
You'd be the best teacher.
I feel like because I've been in like out in the trades and on the roofs, like I have the experience, but when it comes to techie stuff, computers and books, that's where the challenge would be for me. That I feel like maybe is where I'm kind of like, I need to just go for it.
Do it.
Boss up. Try to get off the tools. Try and sell them more jobs. Reach out to people. Do more fun, cool things like this and conventions and shows and get my name out there. But at the end of the day, too, like, I still want to install.
Is it overwhelming right now? Because I can only assume that the social and the engaging, it's getting bigger than the actual job and
It
doing
could
the
be.
work.
It could be
Are you
overwhelming.
nervous about one taking over the other? And then you're like, but I need to get back on a roof. I want to get back on a roof.
That would be a fear, yeah. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I feel like that is also probably why I'm not bossing up, because I still enjoy what I do every day. And I know that if I change gears and put all my energy into just being the boss and going to get the jobs and sell the jobs and talk to the people, I'll never be in my steel toes. I'll just be a PR person, be like an office site supervising.
I'm not trying to dismiss them and say that they're useless or anything like that. just saying
we
that's
wouldn't
not where
have the job. We wouldn't have
Exactly.
the roofs if it wasn't for them.
It's just that's not where your passion is.
Although, like, everybody does tell me, though, because I am a people person, I'm a social butterfly. It doesn't matter where I go. I could shoot the shit for hours, whether it's about anything, it's just blah, blah, blah. I do like getting out. So I think it's just because I've been doing this for 15 years, I'm set in my ways. But yeah, there is going to be a time and a date where gears will change. And hopefully maybe because of the social media and the networking of different people that I've met along this journey, maybe opportunities and doors will just open like this one did, right?
Start training a bunch of new roofers in your ways. That would be amazing.
I was already putting some thought into it. As long as I have like 1 or 2 seasoned shinglers on my crew, I could take 3 newbies and spend all day just teaching them and still have confidence knowing that my 2 good shinglers are going to get the roof done while I'm fucking around teaching all day.
Are there enough people coming into roofing these days?
No,
No, right?
definitely not. Nobody wants to work hard like this anymore.
It is
Everybody's
hard
too
work.
soft these days, for one. And it's long hours. It's dirty. It's
Hard hours.
physical. Like, it's one of the tougher trades. And people don't want to work like that anymore. I feel like back in the day, in my dad's generations, like, there's still the iron workers, there's the framers, there's all the millwrights and the welders, and we all work hard and have dirty jobs. But I feel like the generation of the kids these days just want to new wave. Look how we're getting famous,
I know.
followers
I know.
and social, and everything's online with the computer. So
I'm concerned that everyone just looks at that and they have a misrepresentation of what the real world is all about. And then when they do get onto a roof and start working, they're like, shit, this is fucking hard.
like, this girl makes it look easy and fun, and this is shit, and it's hard, and it's
Why
dirty.
does she make it look easy and fun? She fucking starts off with loving it. Maybe you're not loving it. Maybe
Try
learn.
different trades.
Yeah, yes, that's the thing about it.
Try different trades. Roofing isn't my only passion. I love to garden. I love to create things. So I make little window charms and stuff when I'm not working, right? Winters, I slow down, get put on unemployment sometimes, and I make little crafts out of driftwood and beach glass and little dream catchers and stuff. So
Yeah.
there's other things. Everybody's got to find a joy in life. You got to do what makes you feel yellow.
What are you selling? You selling them on Etsy or anything like that? Or where are you selling them? Just through social?
Yeah. I give them away for presents,
Nice.
and I'm going to. I have a goal to go to a markets. I wouldn't mind going to some like craft shows maybe, and setting up a little booth and doing something like that.
So if someone wants to get a hold of you regarding the crafts, they'll just get a hold of you through the roofing Instagram or?
Yeah, I do have Crystal Beach Crafts
Okay.
on my
On
Girl
IG,
Roofer
okay.
Instagram, yes. And I might, now that it's been mentioned, and it's
Now
like,
you got to follow through.
yeah, now that like the seed has been planted here, maybe I should do
Pun
some like
intended,
marketplace or Kijiji or Etsy.
Exactly.
Grow
You
in
never
all
know.
different ways, shapes, and form,
You never know what might happen as a result of it.
right?
Jet, have you roofed every type of material? Have you basically tackled? Because I guess my question is, have you tackled slate and clay?
No slate, no clay, and no EDPM. So I haven't worked with any
What's
rubber, like a rubber membrane,
Okay, all right.
like a one-piece rubber. You heat the seams and glue it. I haven't worked with that.
Where are those applied? Like, what? Who's using those?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, but I do. Like, I've seen jobs like that before.
Copper? Have you tackled copper?
No, I haven't. When we did Cedar Roof, they had a copper shop. And when it came down to like little eyebrows or turrets or small returns, they would do them in copper.
They fabricated and then gave it to you guys. And you guys
Yes. No, but I've only been on one diamond job. This spring, I'm going to get to do a couple steel roofs with Solaris. And
What do? They don't do a shingle. They do a panel.
it's a shingle
It's a
type.
shingle, too.
Yes. It's the size of a shingle.
Okay.
And it's like a click lock type.
Snap in or something.
Yes. There we go. Sorry, brain fart.
What's it called? It's a hook, or what's there's a
See, this is part of this season's progress or project for me is to go and learn. I'm gonna
terminology.
I'm gonna go up north. I'm gonna go to a couple other job sites, learn about the product, learn about the install, get to do some installs, and from there have like a little starter package of all the knowledge and information to then on grow to try and sell and do more steel too.
If you were building your dream home, what kind of roof would you throw on there?
I would probably go with the diamonds.
Really?
I do like the look of them. The deck gets
It looks historical. It looks old school.
Fancy, vintage.
Yeah, it does.
Like Victorian
Yes.
style. Yeah.
It does look like that.
I'm hoping to do my roof this year. Actually, a couple of the girls are going to come down this summer. We're going to have a roofette frat house party play date and roof. I'm going to bring down a handful of the girls, and we're going to rip apart my house and lay it down, have a big bonfire and barbecue, and do some like fun races. I figure we could set up some ladders and do like bundle races and some fun bullshit shenanigans for us to just enjoy. Yeah.
Who are the roofer girls? Like, I know that I met you through Josh.
Joshy, okay.
Now I'm talking to roofer girl.
Roofer girl Samantha.
Yeah, Samantha. And then who else is in part of that?
Okay, Emma Dupuis.
Okay.
She's one of the sisters. She's up from Muskoka. There's V. She owns Guns and Hoses, and she's from Ottawa.
Okay.
Sarah also is in Muskoka, the redhead roofer. And they're all on my Instagram. That's another thing about the gram is I've met a lot of
So many people.
other women roofers in the trade.
Like-minded people.
Right, that enjoy the job. Post their different sites, the tough ones, the easy ones, the good days, the bad days, all the different scum that comes along with the job. Yeah.
Oh, I love it, man.
Wicked, thank you.
So what else?
I don't know. I was thinking about like last night. I was like, should I go in with like cue cards about stuff I want to talk about?
Like what?
I don't know.
There's no cue cards.
No, it's just go with the flow.
You just kind of go with what's going on. I love that you love that industry, that you love one of the hardest trades out there. I love that because you don't hear that all that often. You hear passion. You hear that these tradespeople have a lot of passion for this specific trade, but you don't see it or feel the love that you're contributing to.
I'm one of a kind, one in a million.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Like,
You need to bottle it and then train and then sell it and then take a course. And by the way, like you got to buy a book or something like that.
This is the Book of Jay. The roofing goddess will tell you how to live and love the life of roofing.
Exactly. Find it at your bookstore in 1995. Okay, that's what you need it
88 babies.
And then you'll just be like
slinging
this.
buns since the 88, baby.
That's it.
Yeah, I have my buns for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I wouldn't want it any other way.
What's the corporate world make of you?
I don't know. They probably think I'm a piece of shit. And
Why? No, there's no way.
Oh my gosh.
No way.
So Spar has this annual shingle competition where you get to go and compete to see if you're the fastest shingler or the fastest ripper. And
Can I just say who gives a fuck about who's being the fastest?
right, like I know what the fuck I lay down in a day. If you're not paying me, I'm not gonna go and like. Sometimes I go work for free. Don't get me wrong. If my friends are up there playing, I'll go and lay few buns here, help out.
Why don't they have a competition where it's like, who can have the most fun?
I would win. The copper hammer for that one. Like daily.
That's what I mean.
The daily award goes to Jay for fucking shit up with a smile.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm just there to get high and break shit, you know? It doesn't matter like the pitch or the layers. People are like, oh, 4 layers. Like, yeah, okay, why, wham, wham, wham. But you know what? It's money. It's a job. And you want to go sit in an office and wear a tie. And if that's what you like to do, go do that. I like to do this. I'm going to get dirty and get the fuck out of my way, or I'm going to rip you off the roof and toss you down in the bin. I arm wrestled boys this year. Oh my gosh, that was so funny. One of them got it on camera, put it online, put in some Rocky music. I'm like, oh my God. Fun and games, the shenanigans.
How many lost?
I'm 0 for 2. I won both arm wrestles. Yes.
Good for you.
Yes.
Sorry, I interrupted you about the spar thing.
Oh, yeah. I got in trouble. I got kicked out of spar, and everybody got mad at me. I think the family of sisters actually disowned me for that one because
What happened?
I was like, we were there, and like, so were the Summit Sisters is sponsored by Prime Grip. So we had on our t-shirts, and you're supposed to be like respectful, and I'm a fucking degenerate piece of shit roofer, and I'm proud of that, okay? But I will try to be like regular or normal while I'm here in my t-shirt, and I made a great impression. I went around and met all the different suppliers, whether it was like the guys from Velux and like their skylights, the Duraflows and the vents and the Ico and the this and that and all the people. I met all the people, shook all the hands.
They all know you.
Yeah.
Know of you.
Know of me and my crazy hair, and they know of like Josh and the Summit Sisters and like me in the roofing industry. So I made like a good impression on everybody, and then the competition started, and I was not there to like compete. I know what I do in a day. I'm just there to have fun, fool around and fuck around. And one of the other people that were there was like very serious about the competition. So when I was fooling around, and I like, before the competition started, she was like getting all her shingles ready. And me, I'm just like jumping from bundle to bundle, rallying up the crowd, getting everybody excited. You know, pink time starts at 5, like the gun show begins now, just being an idiot and having fun. I kicked over her shingles. This is before the bell rang. So like while during competition, I went over to like one of the girls and like tugged on her hose. I went to the other girl's board. I put on a face nail. I went to go try and distract Sammy from what she was doing. And while I did that, I picked off the girl's starter. Right? Well, the owner seeing me says, oh, no, shame, go back to your side of the classroom. So off I go, troublemaker, back to the fucking corner. And a minute later, I'm out fooling around again, right? Being a cheerleader, I was collecting bundle wrappers and being a cheerleader. She plowed me over like a linebacker. Boom. I went over the bundles.
She tackled you?
Oh, yeah. Like, good. And you know what? Okay, so like part of me as a roofer, like respects her because like she held her. I fucked with her board during a competition. She was there to win a trophy, and I was there for fun and games. So she plowed me over, and part of me respects her for that. But the animal in me, I got up there. There was a ripper there. I was getting up, swinging like Happy Gilmore, going to, and Buddy like grabbed me midair as I was like diving off the bundles, and everybody got so mad at me, like so mad. I got like, shh, bad girls. They kicked me out of the spar. I literally had to leave the facility.
They walked you out of it?
I was like, well, can I at least get lunch before you make me leave? Like, I paid for my ticket. At least let me get the food. I'll go.
What was that? That was last year.
Yes.
So you're not invited back for this year?
I don't think I'm allowed back on spar property.
Wow. Who won? You know who won?
I don't know.
Was it her?
No, she definitely didn't. But they might have given her like a do-over because she maybe cried a little bit or something. I don't know. But to each their own. I had a great day. Nobody got hurt, and it was all fun and games. But I got into a lot of trouble, and I don't know. It got frowned upon. I got put on the shit list.
I got
put on the shit list.
I think a lot of these corporate companies And actually, Josh said
it didn't look great.
Well, no, but he said it right. He was just like, he connects with roofers and you connect with roofers. And if you want to connect with the trade, you need to connect with people like you.
Yes.
Because you're speaking their language. Whether it's nonverbal, you're speaking their language. So those antics and those shenanigans and everything like that, that's the family part of the business. That's the brother and sisterhood part of the business.
Yeah.
And if you corporate people don't see that, then you guys are the ones that are blind to this shit.
Right.
You need to be respectful of the tradespeople and how they've got each other's backs.
Yes, it's a family. At the end of the day, we spend more time on site than we do at home.
That's a fact.
And when you spend, 60 plus hours with people, you become family. You stand up for each other. You help each other. You get through things. And unless you're out there doing that every day, you don't really understand.
And they, for the most part, I have yet to meet a corporate person or a salesperson. That's one of us. They're not. They may have come from maybe a little bit. I mean, even Monty McGraw, like our Minister of Labor, he worked at a Home Hardware. That's his claim to fame for construction.
Really?
Doesn't say much in my eyes, is what I'm saying. It doesn't say much. But then again, I haven't yet to meet a tradesperson who actually wants to become a politician. Because you might as well just not sell your soul. You might as well chop it up into a million pieces.
Just burn it.
Just burn it. Because if that's what you want to do, then you have no soul anymore, right? And I think to be a tradesperson, you need the best soul.
Yeah, like that. Like in all aspects of life, you got to have like the balance too. Like, yeah, I'm a roofer through and through.
You're authentic.
Born and bred. I got the roof and scum running through these veins, but I can clean up my language and try to be professional for a small amount of time. Like, the guys laugh. They go, the only time you're ladylike is if you're eating or you got a smoke in your mouth. Like, but to be able to do like both sides of the job. So not just like the install, but I still can mingle with the office guys and talk shop about, the products or the ministry. But yeah, it's a total different side of the industry being on.
It's coming, Jessie. I'm telling you right now. They are going to reach out. They are going to talk to you. They are going to have a conversation. They may hint at you toning down.
Yes, I am. See, that's me. I have two gears. It's like have fun or get shit done. And there's a time and a place. My dad always used to tell me there's a time and a place to fool around and like know your limits, play within it. And I'm like, fuck the rules. They're made to be broken. And like, oh, what? I can't say that? Well, watch me. And if I can't say it, I'm going to do it. You don't want me to say, you said don't say that. You didn't say don't do that.
You don't tell people not to do or say something.
No, like shit happens and you just roll with it. But on the other hand, I did try to you try to make amends where you can. And I think... So I'm getting older, but I'm not growing up. Maybe that'll be this year's thing where like I can grow up and tone it down a little bit because I am very loud and very vibrant. But you know what? Like tequila, I'm not gonna dilute myself to make it easier for you to drink me. I am who I am, and I'm proud of this. You know what? I'm not. I am who I am. But yeah, when it comes to toning things down,
who dilutes tequila? The corporate people?
I don't know. Maybe.
I've never heard of anybody diluting tequila.
Yeah. Bad.
It's not a matter of growing up. Maybe everybody else needs to like grow down.
No, but there's like a time and the place to not be such an animal. And because like I'm always on the roof, always on the tools, always being an animal, it's hard to like rein it in and be appropriate sometimes.
Is there one little thing that you don't like about roofing?
Some of the people.
The tradespeople or the clients?
Well, there's Karens in all aspects of the trade, whether it's the homeowner or the neighbor. You know, like one thing falls in the neighbor's yard and they're choked about it.
Bark, bark, bark.
Or like the new guy, every time you look at him, his hands are in his pockets. You know, like just trying to like hide in the shade or something. But no, I can't think of something I don't enjoy about my daily job, like what I do on a regular basis at work.
Good for you.
I like it. I like tearing off the roof because that's where I get, okay, I don't really like cleanup. I don't really like to sweep, okay?
At the end of the day?
No, I don't. At the end of the day, when I'm done laying on the roof, I want to get in my truck and like pretend to do paperwork or roll a joint. And no, I don't want to clean at the end of the day. So I guess maybe that is my least favorite thing about work. But no, I love to tear off the roof. It gives me a sense of power. I get to rip it off, throw it in the bin, act like an animal. I love laying down the shingles because it's like an art. It's a rhythm. I get music in my head and I just go. Whether it's shingling the panel, whether it's doing the hips, all aspects of the job make it look beautiful. So,
what's the worst roof you've ever come across?
The worst roof I've ever come across.
How many layers did you find, or how bad was it?
I done a 5-layer with a cedar, and there was
layers.
This much. I've had layers on layers of roofs, so you get to this like little flat in the back, and you're like, oh yeah, they put like flat roof material on it. So you start to take it off, and then there's a layer of plywood. Well, under that plywood is a couple 2x4s, and they're wedged up this way on top of another roof that's got 2 layers on it. So I've seen some crazy things on the roof.
They didn't want to take off the old and just start.
No, they just like put on some new trusses and like, here, we're going to build these trusses and just lay another roof on top of this and hope for the best. I found like tin cans on the roofs. I like cut and flattened out for like patching holes and stuff. Yeah.
Why is it that some homeowners park a tarp on the roof and strap it down with furring strips?
They don't want to shingle it yet.
I know, but that's not a solution. That's not even a Band-Aid.
No.
Water's going to get in.
It will. And to me, like, if I was going to assume or guess, it would be the money. Material is pricey.
It's expensive nowadays, but
3 times a year our material goes out.
What's a roof do? It protects the entire house.
Everything. And your family. Not just the house and all your equity, but your family. Everything you've worked for, everything you go to work every day.
You got to wonder how tight their sphincter is when there's actually a storm going on and they've got a tarp up there with furring strips on it.
Oh my God.
How they're just panicking with each kind of
Let's hope it's
gust of wind.
Yeah, that it doesn't end up in the neighbor's yard.
Lightning and thunder, all kinds of crap going on.
The roof is the most important thing. And maybe that's, like when I look at a home, it doesn't matter which, I'm always looking at the roof. I don't look at the rest of the house, really. I'm always looking at the roof. Driving to a neighborhood, I can hear bang, bang, bang. I'm like, that's the noise of my people. Where's the job site? Looking around. Yeah, that's the noise of my people.
You know exactly. It's got the best acoustical sounds. You told in a neighborhood. I love it.
It's great. I live in town, and they're building new cons in my backyard, so I get to hear
it all the time.
Yeah, it's great. If I'm not at work, I get to hear it at home too.
Puts a smile on your face.
It does. And like some, when it comes to like seeing other roofers around too, now with being like on the social and stuff, people are like honking and waving. Yeah, I used to just give everybody the finger when they honked at me, but now I get like a V sign.
Does your son want to get into roofing?
He says yes. I hope that he would be like the white hat or like maybe a builder, because he's really good with Legos. That maybe he would be
a GC or a framer?
Yeah, but he's watched me roof since he was a baby. So I have pictures of him on site at 2 years old with like skids of shingles in the background, putting on harnesses, him holding like torches as like a toddler. And he sees me go to work every day and come home dirty and tired. And he knows I have a hard job. he's also proud of me. Like, oh, my mom's a roofer, you know, like she works really hard, and he understands that with this job and like, yes, we have a home and all this, I also don't get to spend a lot of time with him in the summer. And it's just him and I. Like, I'm a single mom. I've been on my own for 9 years. So in the summertime, it gets really tough. He comes to job sites with me a lot. Any of my weekend work, he's there on site with me. He is learning more now. He will help. He'll pick up bundles. He'll clean up the site. He wants to make money. He knows, like, if he helps me out, for one, he's making money. And for two, we get to go home earlier and spend more time together, which is like a win-win all around for both of us, right? Child labor. But no, there are times where he's like, Mom, I need quality time with you. Like, you worked 70 hours this week. I need quality time. So with being like a full-time roofer and putting in 70 hours in the summer, I need to be able to have that balance to like pull myself away from work, which is the money maker. But there are some things that are more important than money. And if my boy is telling me he needs me to be home, that's well, valuable. No roof is more important than that. And I'm going to take a little break and spend time with my kid. But because I've done this his entire life, he understands that in the summer, we don't get a lot of time to do a lot of cool things. But in the winter, we have way more time to go do all this adventuring and stuff. I get to drive by some job sites, and I'm like, oh, look, Mommy did that. And he's like, oh, that one looks tough. Like, there's terracotta homes or terrace view homes in Niagara Falls, and they're all 30-12s. It's like a man's wow. It's like a wall. You're rappelling 3 stories up.
Yes.
And he's like, you were up there? He's like, were you scared? And I was like, yeah, but I did it anyways. Yeah. I even made Boss Man bring me new gear just so I was safe, right? I was like, hey, man, this is like fall restraint and fall restriction. Like, this is rock climbing. But yeah, that was one of my big challenges last year that I was very proud of, a 30-12. And
they're getting crazier now, I guess.
The builders are getting ballsy because they don't have to do it. They don't know what it's like to try and take this panel that you got pouring into the side of a wall, which has like a turret attached to it. Yeah, it looks really pretty. But you know how hard it is to make that all watertight?
Yeah, you guys figure out how to make it properly so that it won't leak. That's not fair on their part. Well, it shouldn't be fair, right? Jessie, it's Szpak, right?
Yes.
Szpak Roofing.
Szpak Roofing.
And on, it was girl roofer at
gmail.com.
Gmail.com. And on Instagram, it's girl, spelled the right way, GURL, roofer. And then obviously you guys are sharing everything on social media, all the clan.
Yes.
So why isn't there a boy clan? I guess there are some.
All roofing, most roofing companies are boy clans.
No, but I mean, that are doing what you guys are doing. I guess outside of Josh, who else is really doing it? Like being that kind of up, like just showing how much fun roofing is on the boy side.
I don't know.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That you guys are ruling it.
Yeah. I have fun wherever I go, whether it's work or cannabis events or like beach house parties. Like I jam out with my clam out everywhere. Yeah. Just enjoy life. So it doesn't matter. Like wherever I go to roof is where the fucking party is. Yeah.
Would we find you on the roof at a party?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've jumped. Okay. So remember.
But we're not roofing this roof, Jess. Like why you want to
get down from there? Yeah.
Down, yes.
Yeah. That's like I'm the shit disturber, the class clown. I stir the pot. I kick chaos right in the taint. And yeah, I'm the one that like, oh, don't say that. No, give me the phone. I will say it.
Corporate needs to wake up and start attaching themselves to
what would happen if I became corporate? How crazy would
things No. I'm not saying that you become corporate. I think corporate needs to become you.
They need to get in touch with the girl roofer.
That's what it is.
The dread-headed hippie chick needs to come and shake things up.
Exactly.
I'll shake it up.
I love it.
I just don't understand what like stop and slow down means. So like when I'm on that roll, I'm going.
It's a roundabout, not an intersection.
Right.
That's all it is.
Just a merry-go-round.
You ready for the 12 questions?
Okay.
Ready? I'm curious about these answers.
Was I supposed to prepare for this?
No, this is off the cuff. Don't worry, there's no right or wrong.
Fuck.
Have some fun
A
with
test.
it. And I'm very curious about what your answers are going to be.
Oh, shit.
First question. What is your favorite construction word?
Fuck.
What's your least favorite construction word?
Shit.
What turns you on in construction?
Everything.
What turns you off in construction?
Smelly guys.
What's your favorite curse word or phrase?
Lick my fucking taint. Crack my eggs. It's pink time, bitches. I'ma fuck this up. Yeah.
I just asked for one. What's your favorite vehicle in the entire world?
My golden Tacoma. Got a taco, baby.
Saw that. What year is that?
She's an 06.
Still, you know what? When
Fucking
they had a nice
clean.
shape. They
Oh,
had a
yeah.
nice
Just
shape.
like me.
I don't know what's going on with the shapes of trucks these days, but that's a nice shape.
Toyota all the way, baby.
What's your least favorite vehicle?
Ford.
Anything?
Unless it's got a 302, a boss in it. I don't want to fucking...
Dually?
Oh,
Heavy.
yeah. No, Dodge. If I'm picking dually, it's going to be a Dodge. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, fuck yeah. They're sexy.
Actually, you know what? To be very honest, Ford
The
doesn't
Dodge
make it good
diesels are
dually.
nice. No, the Dodge diesels are nice with standard. Oh, yeah. Put some smokestacks up the back and a couple 40-footers on top. Bam.
That's a truck.
Not going to roof it. I'll pull the house down.
What's your least favorite vehicle?
My Ripper. It
Oh, yeah, I
takes
asked
me
you that.
forever to get to work when I ride my Ripper to work.
Oh, really? What construction sound or noise do you love?
The compressor? What sound of the construction? What was the question?
What construction sound or noise do you love?
Compressor and guns, baby, all day long.
What construction sound or noise do you hate?
Wah. Is it lunchtime yet?
Is there a lot?
It's hot out.
Is there a lot?
Oh.
There's a lot, huh?
Yeah, they turn into little whiners. When the seasons change, they get bitchy.
They don't see the joy in it?
2 times a year. So when things get really, really hot, everybody gets really, really bitchy. And then when things get really, really cold, everybody gets really, really cranky.
It's Canada.
Yeah. Can't be a roofer and a pussy at the same time. So go the fuck home if you're going to cry.
What profession, other than your own, would you like to attempt one day?
Doing fuck all and getting paid for it.
What profession would you not like to do?
I'll sit in an office at a computer all day because I'm not good with computers and I can't really spell all that good.
Auto spell. Last question. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at those pearly gates?
I'm getting on my knees for you, my roofing goddess.
Jessie, absolute pleasure having you on this show.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much.
It's been a trip to be here.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Entertaining.
And I hope the corporate boys and girls actually wake up a little bit and see the value of being associated with you.
Reach out.
And
Reach out and
maybe
touch
show
me.
up at Spar with a disguise next time.
Oh, I
See
hope
if
I
you
don't
can
get in
sneak
trouble. I hope I don't get in trouble for fucking telling that story.
What,
Oh, well, you know what? Who cares?
Well, no, the people were there, weren't they?
Oh, yeah. They caught it on camera.
Was it shared on social?
It is on my TikTok.
Is it really?
There are clips of it on my TikTok.
So people know about it already.
Oh, yeah. It was caught on camera. It was caught on camera. The dreads were flying.
Would you, if you were in that scenario again, would you do it exactly the same?
Well, no, I don't like getting in trouble and thrown out of places, but nobody got hurt. And it was a good time, and everybody fucking talked about it. So, I don't know, good news, bad news. I was on the tip of everybody's tongue. So, no, I don't regret that day. I had fun.
I think you should go back with a disguise.
I thought about it and tucking my hair in like my hood and putting on a cap and going to the one that was like in Toronto a couple days later. And I was like, I'm going to go incognito and I'm going to go to compete and I'm just going to kill it, right? And then be like, pull my hood off and be like, I'm the badass bitch. And I was here to play again.
And I win. I won.
Yeah, no. But I enjoyed that day. I don't care if I got in trouble or not. Shit happens. People make mistakes. We're fucking human. You can try and fix your mistakes, or you just carry on and move forward and hope for the best. Try to learn from your mistakes.
Enjoy. Exactly. SPAC Roofing at Guru Roofer. That's it.
It's over now.
It's over now. What else? Unless you want to share anything else. What would you like to share? Anything else?
Pink time.
It's pink time. It's always pink time, no?
Do. I don't know.
Jessie, thanks so much.
Thank
Angelina,
you.
we're
Oh my
out of
God.
here.